Hi, and welcome to Canvas Tutorials with Evan. Today we're going to look at the Commons feature within Canvas. And specifically, we're going to use the Commons to find a template that we can use to pull into our own course just to have a place to get started. As many of us are new course designers or new teachers using Canvas, starting with a blank slate can be very, very off-putting. Much like sitting down with a blank piece of paper, you don't know where to go. And so just like we might give our students a graphic organizer to kind of help them organize their thoughts, using a template that somebody else has already created can be a great place to start. You may end up using that template exactly how that other teacher designed, or you might actually use that as a jumping off point to create your own. So how do we go about doing this? How do we find and use templates? Let's get started. So here I'm just looking at my dashboard. Normally I would take you into my Sandbox, which is where I like to import things and play around with assignments to get it to be what I want before I put it into my normal course. But because I might actually download a whole course, I'm just going to go ahead and start a new one. I like starting new courses, and if I decide that, oh, you know what, I did something that I don't like there, or it's just a bunch of resources I'm not going to use, I just delete it. And so you have that freedom. I'm going to call this one elementary template because that's what we're going to look for. A lot of users right now are elementary teachers who are trying to figure out how do we go about designing a course inside of Canvas that can reach those kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade easier when they're not readers or they're not strong readers, that they can't just follow the menus on the left side or the module, et cetera, et cetera. And so as an elementary teacher, you might be looking for, how do I use more graphics and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for a template that would help me get started if I were an elementary teacher. Our first step is that we want to come over here and look at this left menu. And I'm looking specifically for Commons, which is down here, the second one from the bottom. So I'm just going to click on that. And this opens up the Commons. In the Commons, I describe it as almost a community of content, You see here that there are over 121,000 resources that teachers and organizations have put together to help everything from kindergarten up through higher education, that you can straight steal from their design and use it in your own course. These are all resources that you can use. But again, 121,000, that's a daunting number. I'm not going to sit here and scroll through all of these. And so how do I go about finding what I want? Well, I'm going to search for it. So I'm just going to throw in the words elementary, spell it right, template, hit enter. And this gives me 79 results. That's good. I wonder if I took off the word template and searched, about 1,000 results. So again, what words I include or don't include in my search is going to give me more or less results. So I can play around with that. Now, as it goes here, right away, it's sorting it by most relevant, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best resources. And so I want to see what other teachers have discovered and have downloaded and have favorited. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on here, and I'm going to choose most downloaded. Okay, I'm going to go with what everybody else is doing. And we got two different options here. We have one that's just a page. That would just be a single page or resource within Canvas. And then we have some courses here, and you can see the different icons, blue and orange. And then if we look down under each of these cards, it gives us a little bit of detail. It shows us how many people have downloaded it. So this page right here, 3.6 thousand people have downloaded it. Nice. Okay. And 306 people have favorited this one. And so this is good. This is the page. The next one here, 1.3 thousand. I'm actually going to go with this one and just see what it is and what kind of goodness there might be for me to borrow. So I'm going to click on Canvas. And again, the reason why I'm doing this one instead of the first one, even though it had more, was because this is more of a whole course that I like to see how somebody in the first grade, it looks like, has laid out their course. As I click there, it takes me to a preview of both the modules. Okay, so this person has set up modules just for week 1. And it looks like they have a today's session. That's pretty cool. I like that. That might be a good idea for my course, that I change out every day what that lesson is, but then have a module of week by week. Dig it. And so I'm liking this. Are there any pages? Yeah, we got some pages here. And let's try Welcome to Miss Ray's first grade. Ooh, look at this. And here, Mrs. Ray has created some larger icons. And you notice that when I head on over these, or I hover over these, that they're links. She's created 4 images that are used for reading, math, science, and spelling. And this is great. For a first grader that is learning to read, they may not be able to read the word reading, but they might recognize the book. And even if they can't even don't recognize the book, given a little bit of time, they'll start seeing this icon, this picture image, and they'll start attaching that to reading or attaching that to math, that they'll just know it by sight and they'll be able to click on it. So this is a great way to use images or graphics to make it easy for students to navigate. So I'm going to use this one. So let's give it a go. First off, I'm going to add it to my favorites just because I want to be able to find this again. So I'm going to click here, and it added it to my favorites. If I wanted to share this resource with someone else, or maybe I'm keeping a list somewhere else of resources I like, I could copy that resource link, share it out. But for now, what I want to do is I want to hit this import download. So click there. And what's great about this is that I could download the whole course and then re-upload it if I wanted to. But if I wanted to just import it directly into one of my courses, I could do that. And so here you see all my courses. As you can see that I'm actually a science teacher in the middle school. But for today, I'm an elementary teacher. And we're going to look for that course that we created, elementary template. Click, move my face out of the way, and we're going to hit import into course, this big blue button right there. Bam. And it says you have successfully started the import. It may take a little while to see the changes in your course. This is a fairly small course. It's only 20 megabytes, and so it shouldn't take that long. But if it was a very big course with hundreds of pages or a large set of modules, then it might take a little bit longer. I imported the Passport to Canvas, which is a great course for schools to use with students to get them to onboard with using Canvas. That's a great course, and that took about 10 minutes for it to import, so it takes a little bit of time. But let's go ahead and check to see if it's there. I'm going to click over here to Dashboard, and I'm going to find my course. It's not published yet, so it's down here at the bottom. Elementary template. And look, already my details or this content has been imported, and you can see that Mrs. Ray, she set the front page as a page so that when students come and see it, hit student view here, this is what they see right away. Okay, you can see that she already took away some of the navigation buttons, which is really smart for your younger kids especially. Just keep what they need. Okay, just keep what they need. Modules, announcements, that's great for a first grade class. Okay, and go ahead and here, like I said, these are our links. So let's click on math, see what it takes me, and it takes me to a page. Great. I don't know if Mrs. Ray updates those throughout the unit or throughout the year or what, but that's a great way of doing that. You could also have it just link to a module that, let's say we link to a math module or a reading module, however that would work for you. So this is a great starting place. Now, if I wanted to come in here and go ahead and leave student view, and edit. I could then start putting in my own stuff. This is an image that was created in another program. I could create my own, or I could even just say Mr. Bramer's first grade class, and I can make that header 2 a nice big one. Even if it's not big enough, I'll make it even bigger, and we can make it some fancy color. Simple. That works, or I could put it in a grid, a table. There's the word, to create a more of a banner style if I wanted to, and I can go about editing whatever I need to, adding or subtracting, because now I have something to work with. One tip is that the reason why I imported this into one of my courses, or a Sandbox course, before I import it into my normal course, is that I might decide that there are many pages in there that I don't want. But now what I can do, I'll leave here, is let's say that there is just one page. After I've imported the whole course, and there's just one page that I really like, I can import some existing content over here on this right sidebar. And I can choose copy a Canvas course, select a course, and I can go to that template that I chose, and I can say select specific content and then import. Now it allows me to actually select the content, and maybe I'm going to go to that page, and I just really loved that Welcome to Miss Ray's first grade. Select content. Now it's waiting. So now only that content is going to be imported into my new course here. And so that's one way of doing it. I'm just looking for that page now. There it is. Okay, so it has imported this into my normal course, or my normal Sandbox in this case. And so by taking it through that first step of taking it into one Sandbox, I can then import it into my real course, just the pages that I want. Okay, so today we've looked at how to use Commons to find and use templates, just a quick overview of Commons. I encourage you to go in there and really play around, try different terms, look at a bunch of different resources, and import some, play around with them, see which ones work for your course. But again, it's great to start with something that somebody has already created in order to jumpstart your course creation. I hope this content has been helpful, and you have a great day.